All right, welcome back to Currency 365 and welcome to World News episode 21. Hey, shout out to everybody that's still in Dubai for the gaming stuff that's going on over there. I've seen some of the clips on there and it's craziness. If you're into video games and stuff like that, or just big events and stuff, that's the place to be right now. Dubai, the gaming stuff going on right there. So shout out to everybody in Dubai. I'm gonna mix match it today for this episode 21. I got some dinar stuff, and we'll end with dinar stuff as well. But I got some other things in between, some crazy stuff in between. All right, so let's start it off with dinar here. Finance committee discussed a number of draft laws. All right, so let's see. The finance committee held a meeting on Saturday, headed by PM Ahmad Shalabi. Oh, what's up, Shalabi? We ain't talked about it. We ain't heard from him in a minute. Okay, and he's for dropping the lower denoms and deleting the 3-0 project. So he's on the good side. All right. So he says the head of the committee. The meeting discussed the clauses and articles of the draft anti-money laundering and terrorism finance law. All right, so I'm gonna continue reading, but remember when I said what episode was that for Dinar breaking news? That had to be 17, episode 17, before I took the 2 weeks off, and I think in that episode I had couple. I think I started it off with questions, and one of the questions was, when would I something about dinars or something buy dinars or something like that? And I was like, I can't tell you how, to buy dinars, or I can't tell you to buy anything because that's not my job. But I did say, for me personally, would be, my confidence level would go through the roof after the second reading of the anti-money laundering law, and we know that happened this week. This is why I'm very confident that we're going to see it this year, because of this is one of the big laws that we need. Okay, so I'm confident we're going to see it this year. They have to vote on it by the 23rd. So I'm very confident, and we're also and we'll talk about it at the end. But yeah, I'm very confident. The confidence levels shot up to the roof after the second reading, just like I said, and we're gonna see some major things here. I think in the next couple of days that we've already seen already this weekend. So yeah, let's see. And the report, the MP Saad Mahid on the draft Islamic Banking Act in order to offer for a vote. Yeah, so they're looking at the Islamic Banking Act as well. We were talking about this and we said, where is this? This has been sitting on the shelf for a couple of months now. They need to go ahead and vote on this law. It's already been read twice and it's just sitting there. Okay. It says, as well as discussed the report submitted by the MP Tamimi. Okay, so here comes Tamimi. She's also, all three of them are on the side of dropping the lower denoms and the 3-0 project. So they're all on the good side. So that's good to see that these guys are the ones stepping up here on these laws. Okay, so it's Tamimi on the draft movable and immovable property of the former regime reservation law. Okay, I don't know much about that law, but it must be an important one for Tamimi. Okay, the meeting also discussed the draft law. Compulsory insurance of motor vehicle accidents number 52 was introduced in order, to vote, as well as discuss the draft civil service law. All right, cool. Let's see if we get some of the stuff voted on this week, and don't have to wait till the last day to do it. But Iraq, they always want to wait till the last day to do everything. All right, so let's move on. Tom Cruise. There was an accident actually at the site of Tom Cruise's movie or something like that. It says Tom Cruise flew the same plane across Colombia Andes before crash. Okay, so two people apparently have crashed and died. So it says actor Tom Cruise flew in a helicopter across the Colombian Andes just 10 minutes before a small plane on the same dangerous flight path crashed into the jungle mountains, killing two crew members from his upcoming movie, Civil Aviation Authority said. Okay, so RIP to those people that died there. Yeah, so that was, I guess, in around the same area as Tom Cruise. He flew in the same area. So, wow. Let's move on. Wow, this is a crazy one right here. Homosexual activists tell Kim Davis. Now, Kim Davis is the woman who rejected to marry two gay men. Okay, in the state of Kentucky, which under the law she didn't have to, and she was put in jail, and we said that she was going to get out of jail quickly because that's what the Lord was telling the prophets, especially, and also told Prophet Solomon that she'll be out very soon. And then boom, she came out a couple days later. Didn't spend that much time in jail, and now they're saying that these homosexual activists, the LGBT, I guess, are saying that they will kidnap her husband, tie him up, and force him to watch them rape her. And it says, "We will burn you alive. Civil unrest is coming to America." That's what they're saying. It's being it's being shared all over social media now. And that's how I saw it before I started doing this world news. So this is disturbing. Um, and yeah, it wasn't. It's not even under the law of Kentucky for her to even do that. Okay, the Supreme Court doesn't make laws. Okay, they just backed the law. They just backed that everybody. Uh, what am I trying to say? The Supreme Court backed that all states should have same-sex marriage, but the Supreme Court doesn't make the law. Okay, so under Kentucky law, she didn't have to do that. So, okay, so they're still going after her now. This is full-blown death threats and stuff. So it's crazy. All right, so let's go back to Iraq. Okay, it says Sunday starting national card distribution in Baghdad. Okay, so this is big news because the national card was one of the things we were excited about. Them having national cards so they can be able to do things. Okay, and then be identified. This also is part of it's probably part of the anti-money laundering or the corruption, okay, reforms, okay, identifying people that are not supposed to be in Iraq, okay, that are criminals and frauds. This will make sure all the citizens in Iraq are really citizens and not foreign entities or aliens or any type of other type of beings that are not supposed to be in Iraq, okay. Illegals. That's probably the proper word. Let's see. The Interior Minister announced the start of the national card distribution in Baghdad for Sunday, according to the ministry. A statement received by the agency's Interior Minister Mohammed Salam Al Gaban. Okay, preside over the weekly meetings of the Higher Committee for the National Card. The meeting included managers of National Card planning, accounting, and engineering as well as some specialists in the subject and supportive. Okay, the meeting discussed, according to the statement, what has been done in previous meetings and the process of starting the distribution process in terms of the directorate in Baghdad starting on 9/13/15, which has archived records where they were creating to start work. Okay, so the national card, these are the big cards. Okay, these are the good cards. So the important cards are coming out. So we got the other smart cards and other things like that, but these are the important cards for identity and all types of things like that. All right, so that's good news, and that's on Sunday. That's tomorrow. It's actually already Sunday in Iraq, so everybody's sleeping. like a little baby. Okay. Let's see. Tennis news. The women's championship was done today, and for fouls. What's how do you say this name? Fazai Panata, something like that. Okay, became the first Italian. I can't even say Italy right. Italian U.S. Open champion. Okay, so and it was crazy because like she beat the woman that beat Serena yesterday. So the woman who beat Serena yesterday was probably all tired out. You know, after when you upset somebody like that, especially number one, and you have paparazzi all on you, you're all over the social media, everybody's calling you, congratulate you. It takes a lot of your energy to come back and then have to face another tough opponent. Okay, so when usually people upset somebody, they usually lose the next match for some reason. Okay, and well, she kept it close in the first match. It was 7-6, and then the next match she lost big 6-2. Okay, so she took the girl who beat the lady who beat Venus took home the second trophy. They give out two trophies. Italy has their first U.S. Open champion, and then Panetta, that the one who won, she actually announced her retirement right on the court. So so that was like everybody was like, okay, you know, they were cheering for it, and she announces her retirement. I think she's 33, so that's really old for tennis, anyways. So yeah, let's move on. Parliamentary finance. The government puts the finishing touches on the budget of 2016. Let's see. Okay, so Saturday, the House of Representatives announced that the government is in the process of putting the final touches on the draft budget law for 2016, noting that the financial crisis in 2015 will continue in the next year. The committee member said Masood Ahir, the finance minister of the finance minister started since last May to hold meeting of the committee for strategy budget in the presence of the representatives of all ministers. I guess those meetings didn't work because you're over 50 trillion dinars in budget deficit this year, and you're saying that it will continue next year. So these meetings are probably adding to the budget. Okay. The ministry is in the process of finalizing the law. Okay. About he Adhere hope that soon be discussed going forward law within the council of ministers to and vote on it and send it to the finance committee. Okay, pointing out that at the same time that what Iraq has passed through in the current year will continue into next year. I don't believe that, but okay. And he said that Iraq is in crisis and financial hardship as a result of the continued decline in world oil prices. Okay, all right, cool. Let's move on. What was this one? Okay, back to world news here. If you guys know that this is the second week of college football, so all my college football people out there, you know what I'm saying? I know you guys are watching the games. I know you guys are watching Auburn University. Okay, Auburn University is ranked number 6 in I think number 6 or 7, and they survived a huge upset today. Okay, Jacksonville State was up with like it's 7 with a couple of minutes to go, and Auburn scored a touchdown late and then won in overtime. But Auburn was favored by, get this, 40 points. Okay, that was the spread. They were favored by 40 points, and they won in overtime against this team. Okay, so almost one of the greatest upsets in football history almost happened with a few seconds to go, but didn't happen. They were able to pull it out. Okay, so now let's get into what's been going on in Iraq, man. Okay, because it all started basically with a body. People in parliament said they saw him come to Parliament meeting, stay there for about 5 minutes, and then had to leave in some type of emergency. That's the thing that kicked this all off for us yesterday. Okay. So when that happened, that was Thursday, right? Then Friday, a body comes out and says, no, I wasn't at Parliament. I had told Parliament 2 days in advance that I wasn't going to be able to make it, and we had to reschedule. Okay, so we're all thinking, like, how is this even possible that people in Parliament saw you in Parliament and then you left because of an emergency? And what was that emergency? Okay, they didn't tell us what that emergency was, and then a body comes out and says, wait a minute, I wasn't at Parliament and I didn't have to leave in no emergency. Okay, then the Shiites, or the Shia, yeah, the Shi no the Shiite coalition, not National Alliance, hold a leadership meeting, and Maliki, for the first time all year, I believe, it's not at this meeting for some reason. Okay, he's not at this meeting. Then once that happens, a couple hours later, we get news that U.S. forces or Iraq forces or some type of forces went into the central bank of Iraq. Okay, got documents and got things like that, and put perimeters around the CBI. Okay, and then today we get news that a body decided to cut the internet off for all of Iraq. Okay, it said reports that a body cut off the internet in the whole of Iraq. He guessed that the observer be blocking decisions related to an attack by U.S. forces on Iraqi central bank. Is this the state of emergency that they said a body had to leave the parliament for? We do not know. Something is up here. Something happened between Thursday afternoon to Friday night. Some major event happened, because things are not things are out of place here in Iraq. Okay, we got people saying they saw him. We got several people saying they saw him in Parliament. He's saying I was never there. Then you got then you got some people saying that the emergency, and this wasn't just one person, this was several people and several outlets saying that a body left Parliament for an emergency situation. Then we don't see Maliki at the meeting for the National Alliance leaders. Then we have news that from Egypt, apparently, that the U.S. forces or some type of forces go into CBI, and then we have another sources are saying that a body actually cut the internet off yesterday for all of Iraq. Something is up. We're gonna keep watching it, and this is getting very, very interesting. And you know what's funny? Regardless if this is true or not, it's very entertaining. Okay, all right. So that's number one. So I don't care what people say; it's very entertaining, regardless if it's true or not. Okay, because there's different sources coming out of everywhere that are talking about this stuff. So either it's true or not, but it's still different sources. Okay, and here's the thing: before I let you guys go, this all happened after the second reading of the anti-money laundering law. Ta-da! so just gonna let you guys know that Currency 365. Yeah, that's it. I'm out, man. Peace.